Sam Mohaj.
And I'm John Matthews.
And this is Season 7 of GBTV's The Gameclock. Today is November 22nd as this recording is happening, so all sports may not be up to date. And your varsity news. NFA runner Ryler Gould is making his commitment on Monday. Congratulations to Ryler. His offers come from Mississippi State, University of Miami, University of Nebraska, and Clemson University. So this makes a very proud Goldback moment, and we're proud to see where he chooses to spend his next 4 years of his career.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
And your MLB, NBA, and NFL news. The MLB is conducting its investigation on the Houston Astros. It just seems like every day more and more crazy information come out about it. Like, I don't know if you saw the report, but they said that the Astros were using vibrating bandages to tip pitch signals to their hitters. That's crazy. I don't know, but it's really just a terrible situation for the MLB. People are really calling for everything against the Houston Astros. Like, their title kind of honestly means nothing. Like, they cheated their way to get to the World Series win. And I get it that they won in LA for Game 7, but they still cheated.
Yeah.
And your NBA news. It's come down to Giannis versus LeBron early in the season for MVP. There is a third player named Luka Doncic, who I think is having the best season of any sophomore in NBA history. He's dropping triple-doubles left and right, and he's the youngest player since LeBron James to have a 40-point triple-double. It's been a pretty good season for the prodigy Luka Doncic.
In the NFL news, the New England Patriots have just completed their 19th consecutive winning season. Their consecutive winning seasons is old enough to be a freshman in college.
That's crazy. So, yeah, that is really great. So, since the start of the century, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have had winning seasons now. I get Brady didn't come into play until 2004 or 2002-ish when Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury. But still, that just shows the dominance of Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But not bashing the Patriots. They're obviously a historical franchise. I mean, 6 rings in 19 years is pretty impressive. But
yeah, the Patriots empire is not going anywhere anytime soon.
It just doesn't. It really helps a lot, too, when you play in a division with the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins every single season. But in other NFL news, Myles Garrett's suspension was upheld. Not a good situation. Accused Mason Rudolph of racial slurs yesterday at his appointment with the commissioner and others to vote on his suspension. They didn't buy into it. They ran the evidence. Nothing was said, so it just looks bad for Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that's a really, really ugly and disgraceful thing to accuse somebody of when there's no evidence, and to be lying on somebody those are really heavy accusations, and that's just really disgraceful.
And I get it that it's not fair to Mason Rudolph either. Even though there's been evidence against him that he's a MAGA supporter and he supports Tammy Lauren and all of them, why would he say that on the professional football field at the end of the day? I get emotions take over you, but if you're going to accuse someone just because of what they choose to do outside of work, does not mean you should bring it into something and bear false witness.
Especially in today's day and age where people will try to cancel you like that. That's just really it's not a smart move, and it's not a respectable move. But moving on, the Texans beat the Colts on Thursday Night Football to take a hold the lead in the AFC South. It was a pretty hard-fought game, and Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins proves to be one of the strongest connections in the NFL once again. And, the Texans are on a roll, but so are the Colts. I don't see them slowing down anytime after this. They're two good teams, and one just happened to beat the other.
Yeah, no, they beat each other once this year. They split the series, but I think right now it goes to the Texans to take and win the AFC South, But Frank Reich deserves a lot of praise for the head coaching skills. The Colts almost took Josh McDaniels a couple years back. He decided to stay the offensive coordinator in New England, but to just be thrown into the pit and then have Andrew Luck retire and still be with a winning record and have a backup quarterback is pretty impressive for Frank Reich.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett definitely needs a lot more respect too. I just feel like time and time again he goes out there when they're doubted, and they have a backup quarterback, but he just goes out there and lights it up every night. I have a lot of respect for him.
They're a great team. And your college football news. Tua his draft stock keeps falling. It sucks. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks to come out of college football in recent memory. But he took down a hip injury when he was playing Mississippi State, broke his nose on the same play, and he's not going to be back for at least 3 to 6 months. And the draft is in 5 months. So a lot of teams are starting to lose their stock on him. But I really think he's still going to go in the first round. And we could see maybe someone like the Patriots take a risk on him and take him to be the heir to the throne of Tom Brady, which would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Joe Burrow looks like the standout for the Heisman Award, and there's a few guys that are close. But I don't know. I just feel like it's like quarterbacks are just given a lot more respect than other positions, and I just feel like he'll definitely win that easily. But over to college basketball news, James Wiseman, he looks to be suspended for almost half the season. He'll come back sometime around January or February for the whole accusations and allegations against him with the whole pay scandal. What are your opinions on that?
It looks terrible for the NCAA because one, they're suspending him for getting paid, and then two, they're making him pay $11,000 to a charity of his choice, so that way he could play basketball again, which is absolutely disgusting. Like, you're gonna refuse to pay your college athletes who make you billions of dollars, and yet you're gonna tell them that they have to pay to get back into play for college sports. And they even state that the students should only be playing NCAA sports if it's for educational purposes and a pastime. So I don't know where money comes involved with this. They're just trying to make an example of a great NBA talent who is going to play in the league next year. But
Yeah, the NCAA is a bunch of money-hungry monarchs, and I just like it's disgusting what they do. They just take advantage of underprivileged athletes, and they know that there's almost no way that they could really get in trouble for it. So I don't know. I don't really.
yeah, it's awful. Especially too with Chase Young, how he paid money for his girlfriend, or he got a loan from his friend, who he paid back to fly his girlfriend out to watch him in the Rose Bowl last year, which is totally reasonable. I don't see how that's him taking advantage of the system, but it's a joke. Anyway, I'm Sam Ohaj.
And I'm John Matthews.
This is the Game Clock.